actually are tenses. I'm not going to go very deep into the grammar nitty-gritties. I'll tell you from the practical point of view. Okay. So tenses in English are nothing but they help us express about at what time something happened or which time are we talking about. Are we talking about the present? Are we talking about the past? Are we talking about the future? Okay. Simple tenses tell us about actions which are happening at a specific time. Continuous tenses talk about actions which are ongoing. Okay. And like this, we have simple and continuous tenses in past, present, as well as future. All right. So the reason why tenses are very, very important in English or in any conversation is it makes our messages clear. Let us say you want to tell someone what you did yesterday. If you don't use the right tense, we might end up telling them that this is what we'll do tomorrow. And that could lead to a lot of confusion. So the main reason why we need to at least have a basic understanding of tenses is that it makes our messages clear. It keeps your listeners interested in what you're saying. Because one very important aspect of any conversation is how you're constructing your sentence, right? If your tenses are right, people will listen to you with interest. And also, when you're speaking them with the right usage, right, you will sound more professional and your conversations appear more polished. Which is why, when you're speaking in English or any other language, right, you need to give importance to tenses. In your native language, you're doing that. It's just that you're not realizing that, okay, I'm using grammar correctly or not. Okay. So, first, we will start with the simple present tense. Now, this is the most commonly used tense, right? There are two main reasons why simple present tense is used. Number one is whenever you want to talk about something that you do at a frequent basis. For example, I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. So, whenever you talk about something that happens in general, something which is a habit, something which is a routine, we use the simple present, right? I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. I go for a walk every Sunday, or I play cricket with my friends every Sunday, or my friends play cricket with me every weekend. So, whenever you want to talk about actions that happen on a regular basis, we use the simple present. And sometimes, even when you have to talk about universal truths or state of fact, there also we use the simple present, right? For example, let us say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It's a truth, right? It's always eternally true. Similarly, stars shine bright or earth revolves around the sun. So whenever you want to state any truth, general truth, or whenever you want to talk about routine actions, that is when you use the simple present tense. Okay. But before I continue with what are the common mistakes and all to avoid in simple present tense, let me tell you one more very, very important. Okay. So that is nothing but the rule that we use when we are like, let us say, conversing in the simple present tense. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So in simple present tense, right, one thing that you have to remember is whenever you're using I, like let us say, or whenever you're using we, right, or whenever you're using they, that is whenever you're using plural terms, what you need to keep in mind is uh, the verb that you're using remains the same. Okay. For example, if you notice here, I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. In this sentence, what is the verb? Verb is nothing but the action word, right? So I eat breakfast. We're not changing the verb anywhere. Similarly, let us say we're saying we are in a session now, right? Or let us say we attend our sessions regularly. Here, attend is an action verb, right? Or let us say they play cricket every Sunday. Now, there, what is happening in this sentence? They play cricket. Play is the action verb. You're using it as it is. Is this part clear, everybody? Whenever you're using I, we, and they, the verb remains as it is. All right. However, there is one thing which you have to keep in mind whenever you're referring to a singular third person, that is, let's say he, or let's say you're saying she or it, right? So, in these cases, what happens is you have to use the plural form of the verb. That is, for example, let us say he plays cricket every Sunday, or she writes poems frequently. My phone rings very loudly. So whenever you are referring to a singular third person, right? Or whenever you're referring to a singular object, there you use verb plus S form. Is this clear, everyone? Is this part clear?
Yes, yes, fine.
Awesome. Great. So here there is one, like let's say exception case. The word you. Now with you is a word which can be used either for like, let us say if I'm referring to one person or if I'm referring to a larger audience. So here what happens is with you also you use the general form of the verb. You don't use the plus s. For example, you attend your classes every evening from 7 to 10, or you join your classes on time. So whenever you are referring to even like let us say the pronoun you simply use the verb as it. Okay, so like this, we use the simple present tense mainly to either like let us say speak about regular actions or whenever you have to talk about the general. Okay, so one more use case of simple present tense is when you have to talk about the state of being of someone, right? For example, my friend is a doctor. My brother is an engineer. So here what is happening? We are not talking about an action, but we are talking about who someone is or what someone is, right? That is nothing but their state of being. So in such cases also we use the simple present tense. Another example can be, let us say, uh, the fruits are cold, right? Here also you're not talking about an action, you're just describing the state of being of something. So in such situation where you're describing what or who somebody is or something is, there also you use the symbol. Okay. So now let's do a quick exercise. Can you all maybe quickly try framing one sentence about yourself, one fact about yourself? You can either like, send in a message on the chat or you can raise your hand and say. Let's say you have to say one fact about yourself using the simple present tense. Awesome. Satyam, please go ahead.
I love playing volleyball.
That's great. I love playing volleyball is absolutely right. Good. Um, I'm very honest person, says Chodaya. That is nice. Good. You can say I am a very honest person because you're referring to only yourself. So good. Akash says I am a good person. That's nice. Uh, Pranav says I watch movies daily. That is good. Rajeshwari says, I learn new things every day, which is very nice. Absolutely. So if you see, this use case simple present tense is we state facts. And especially in interviews, when you're going to the interviews and when you're introducing yourself, when you have to state facts about yourself, this is the tense that you use. Okay, that is awesome, guys. So now try telling me if you guys have any siblings or if you have any friend, try framing one or two sentences about them. Pick one person, just about one person, either your friend or your sibling, if you had to tell something about them. Again, you can raise your hand and speak, or you can let me know on the chat. It can be about your friend, it can be about your sibling. Sibling is a word which we use to refer to a brother or sister. Very nice. Dipanshu says, my sister is a nursing officer. That's good. Neha says, my younger brother loves to play football. Very nice. See, here because you're referring to a singular third person, you're using verb plus S. My brother loves to play football. Good. My sibling is an introvert, says Pranav. Okay, that's a good sentence as well. Achyut has a good sentence as well. My friend is good in driving a car, which is very nice. Just one small correction. Always remember, guys, whenever you want to say good about someone, you will say good at, not good in. So your sentence will be, my friend is good at driving a car. But good try, good job. Satyam says, my sister loves to draw. Very good. But guys, try using different words. No, all of you are almost using the same word. Like my sister loves to do this, loves to do that. Try using different verbs. For example, my sister draws uh, like or paints very frequently, right? Or my brother plays volleyball every weekend. So try using different types of verbs like this. Okay. But what you have to understand here is, remember the difference, that whenever you are referring to yourself or a large group of people like we or they, right? Or you use the verb as it is. Whenever you are referring to a singular third person, you use verb plus S form. Okay. Is this part clear, everybody?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Thanks so much for confirming. All right. So there are a few common mistakes which people tend to make in simple present tense, which we need to avoid, right? For example, the same thing. Whenever, like, let us say you're referring to a singular third person, you're not supposed to just use the verb as it is. Like he go to school, he play well, he do this. That is not right. You have to use the verb plus S form. So he goes to school, he does his homework on time, he plays very well. So the common mistake to avoid is with a singular third person, you have to always use the S form and not just the normal form. Similarly, a lot of people with he or she, they use the word don't, right? She don't play cricket or she don't write properly. That is also not right. Don't is something again which we use for plural terms or with the pronoun I. We use doesn't whenever we are referring to an individual. Okay. So that to third person individual. Then another such common mistake is, let's say, does she goes to the office? Whenever you're framing the question using do or does, right? A lot of people make this mistake. Does she goes to the office? See, ideally, if the sentence was just she goes to the office, it would be correct. But here we also have the word does. Now, in this particular question, does is the verb. Okay. So you need not again use the S form here. So the question will be, does she go to the office? So these are the common mistakes which people tend to make when they're using the simple present tense, which needs to be avoided. Any questions or doubts regarding the simple present tense? No questions. Okay. Thanks for confirming. All right. So remember, whenever you have to state a fact about yourself or something, whenever you have to talk about regular actions, regular activities, or whenever you have to mention the state of being of someone, you use the simple present tense. So unlike a lot of other tenses, simple present tense is that one tense which has so many different scenarios and different rules. So this is where we have to keep these small things in mind and make sure that we are framing our sentences properly. Okay. So another commonly used tense is the present continuous tense. Now, what exactly is the present continuous tense? Whenever you're talking about any action which is happening right now at this moment, right? That is when you use the present continuous tense. Okay. For example, let us say I am talking to you about the present continuous tense. So right now I am doing this action. So I'm saying verb plus ing, talking, right? Similarly, you are attending the lecture. So in the present continuous tense, what do? We simply add ing to the verb or the action verb, right? And then we frame the sentence. With I, we use am. With he or she, we use is. With you, we, they, we use are, right? For example, I am watching a movie. You are listening to songs. They are uh, playing cricket, right? Or let's say he is typing on the keyboard. My phone is ringing very loudly. So, like this, whenever you're talking about something which is happening right now, ongoing action, there we use the present continuous tense. So, that is the main difference between simple present and present continuous. Simple present, you talk about regular activities, constant truths. Present continuous, you use only when you're talking about something happening right now. Okay. So, for example, she is working on a project, right? So, even in present continuous, there are a few common mistakes that need to be avoided, right? If you are right now doing something, you can't say, I am play soccer. You have to say, I am playing soccer. Similarly, if you want to tell someone, let us say that, you are someone who regularly plays soccer, right? You can't say, I am play soccer. You have to say, I play soccer. So the difference between I play soccer and I am playing soccer is that when you say I play soccer, You say that this is a regular habit of yours, or this is something that you do. When you're saying, I am playing soccer, that means right now at this moment you're playing soccer. Okay, this is the main difference between them. All right, exactly. I'm watching a lecture, or I'm watching a video, or I'm attending a lecture. That is right, Rajeshwari. Good. Exactly, guys. Right? So, like this, you have to keep this difference in mind when you're framing your sentence. Similarly, he is read a book is not right. Whenever you're talking about an ongoing action, you have to say he is reading a book. If it was a regular action, what would you say? Let's say I want to talk about a regular habit of someone, right? Instead of he is read a book, what would you say, guys? If you had to talk about a regular action of someone, you want to say that this is a regular activity. Very good. Rohit, we have a Rohit Sharma amidst us. Nice. So Rohit Sharma and Rajeshwari and Satyam, your sentences are right. He reads a book or he reads a book daily are the correct sentences. Okay, good job. So these are those common mistakes to avoid in the present continuous. Okay, all right. So far with respect to present continuous tense, does anyone have any questions, any doubts? No
No, ma'am.
questions? Okay, thanks for confirming. All right. So look around you, see what is ongoing or what is going on, and try framing a sentence on your own. You can raise your hand and tell me, or you can let me know in the chat. Try framing a sentence about what is going on around you. Okay. Sanjeet says, my friends are swimming in the river. All right. That's good. What about the others? What is happening around you? Pranav's sentence is good as well. There is construction going on near my house. Good. Rajeshwari, nice. You will say, my son is eating food. That's good. Satyam says, we are attending the lecture. That is nice. Neha says, my brother is watching web series. Okay. Because it's just one series, you will say, my brother is watching a web series. That's good. Chodaya says, my friends are playing cricket. That is nice. Awesome. You all must be feeling, no? Like, people around us are doing so many things. We are stuck in the lecture. But don't worry. You'll become really good at your soft skills with these lectures. My nephew is playing a video game, says Rohit Sharma. That is nice. Mamsi says, I'm attending the class. Very good. Absolutely. You guys are nailing the present continuous tense usage. So this is how you use the present continuous tense, guys. So let us say in the future, when the interviewer asks you, what are the projects that you're currently working on? Tell me about them. Or how are you working on them? Right? Or ask you about something that you are doing right now. This is the tense that will come handy for you, where you can nicely describe how your project is going on, what is it that you're doing. Okay, that's nice. Mahita says, I'm sitting alone in my room. That's a correct sentence as well. Good job, everybody, with the present continuous. Okay, now we will move on to the simple past tense. All right, now this is also a tense which we very frequently use. Now, simple past tense is used for completed actions. So let us say if an action got done, right, it got completed, even if it was a second ago, or even if it was years ago, or decades ago, or centuries ago, if an action got done, we use the simple past tense to talk about it, right? For example, I visited my grandma yesterday, or I finished my lunch just a few minutes ago, or I studied in XYZ school in the year 2015, right? So whenever you want to talk about a completed action, there you use the simple past tense. Now, the simple past tense is actually the simplest tense, because here you don't have, like, different verbs taking different forms as per the subject, right? So, for example, you can say I played cricket, or he played cricket, or they played cricket. So whether you're referring to one person or a bunch of people or even one object, the verb form is just the same for all of them. The only thing is the verbs, you add ed at the end. Okay, so for most of the verbs, these kind of verbs are called regular verbs, where you add ed at the end, and they change like they change to past tense. For example, I visited my friend's place, I played cricket, I watched a movie. So words like visited, played, watched, if you notice, you are just adding ed at the end of watch, play, or visit, and then the sentence is changing to past. That's all you have to do. There are some words, of course, which take different forms in the past tense. Such words are called irregular verbs. Okay. These, there is no specific logic behind it. We just have to remember how they are used in different forms. That's all. For example, see becomes saw. Like I see movies. Maybe in the past you could say I saw a movie yesterday, right? So draw becomes drew. He drew a beautiful painting last week, right? Run becomes ran. He ran very well in the previous marathon. So there are a few set of words like these which take a different form instead of just getting ed added at the end. So such words are called irregular verbs. We just have to remember them because there's no logic behind it and we just have to use them correctly. Okay, but nonetheless, in the simple past tense, we talk about completed actions. Okay, so but even in simple past tense, there are some common mistakes which people tend to make, all right, which we need to avoid. So, firstly, what sometimes people tend to do is they tend to use the incorrect form of the verb. So, instead of saying I saw the movie, people might say I seen the movie, which is not right. So, we have to get the right form of the verb. Okay. One very common mistake that people make in the simple present, a simple past tense is using the verb with the did. Okay. He didn't went to the party is not right. Whenever we are using did or didn't, the word next to it should be in its normal form. So you will say he didn't go to the party. This is because did is already a past tense form of a verb do. Okay. So did is already denoting that it's a past activity. So again, another verb need not be in the past. So you won't say he didn't went to the party. You will say he didn't go to the party. He didn't watch the movie. She didn't feel well yesterday, right? So wherever you're using did, the next word will automatically be the normal verb. Okay. So similarly, she did played well is not right. You can say she did play the match well or she did play well. All right. So this is one more thing to keep in mind. And one another, like there's another common mistake which a lot of people tend to make is whenever they want to talk about the past actions, they just use used to. I used to go to the gym. I used to play cricket. I used to watch movies. I used to do this. Right? That is not right. Used to is something which you use, which when you're talking about an activity, which was one of a kind. Sometime you did, now you're not doing. Okay, only in such situations you use this. So you can't say I used to go to movie last week, right? You have to say I went to a movie last week or I watched a movie last week or I played cricket in my childhood, right? So this is something that you have to keep in mind. Do not use used to everywhere when you're talking about the past. Okay, is this part clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, great. Thanks for confirming. And one more common mistake to avoid is using done instead of did. Done is actually the past participle form of the verb. So let's put those terminologies aside. But if you want to talk about what is the past tense of do, okay, did is the past tense. So you simply use did. You don't say, I am done my homework yesterday or I am done my project yesterday. You simply say, I did my project yesterday or I did my homework. Okay. So these are the things to keep in mind when using the past tense. Okay. So now quickly type on the chat something that you did yesterday, which was like a significant task. Or you can, of course, raise your hand and say your sentence as well. But yes, go ahead. Tell me about something that you did yesterday. I completed my all assignments. Good. But you can say I completed all my assignments. Good try, actually. I did not see a lion in the forest. Okay, that's an interesting sentence, Sanjeev. Awesome. Satyam says we played Holi yesterday. Yes, of course, that's nice. Dipanshu says I played Holi yesterday with my friends. That's good. Of course, that's significant. I went to temple yesterday, says Shodaya. That is very nice. You will say I went to a temple yesterday. Good. Uh, she messed up the kitchen yesterday, says Neha. Okay, all right. Good sentences so far. You can talk about what you've done yesterday. I finished my assignment an hour ago. Okay, that's nice, Ankit. Very good job, everybody, by the way. I visited a park yesterday, says Rajeshwari. I also attended the class last week, says Nishant. That's good. Awesome. So now let's do one more such activity. Tell me about something really interesting about your childhood. I done my assignment yesterday. No, you'll say I did my assignment yesterday. Remember, done is not a past tense, past form of the verb. Did is the past form. So you'll say I did my homework yesterday or I did my assignment yesterday. Okay, that's all right. You're learning, so it's fine. Yes. Now tell me something significant about your childhood using the simple past tense. Something significant or some memory about your childhood. It can be about anyone, it can be about anything. But try using the simple past tense to talk about it. Let's see what you guys have to say about your childhood memories. It can be about yourself, it can be about anyone during your childhood, could be friends, could be your teachers, your siblings. I didn't remember anything about my childhood. Okay. So you're talking right now, no? Now you don't remember. So you will say, I don't remember anything about my childhood, but it's all right. I used to go to the farm. So instead of this, you can say, I visited the farm frequently. That would be the better form, right? So, like I said, you need not always use used to talk about something in the past. I liked playing chess with my mom. That's good. I flew kite in my childhood. That's sweet. That's nice. You messed up the room afternoon. Okay. All right. Try framing more sentences about yourself. There's an interesting sentence on the chat. My teacher beated me in the class in the childhood. That's an interesting and unforgettable memory. But one small correction though. So beat is also an irregular verb. So beat doesn't become beaten in the past tense. It becomes bet. Okay. My teacher bet me in the class in the childhood is what it becomes. So for this, like whenever you're trying to use a new word in the past, you can simply do the Google search, see what is the past tense form and use it, right? Because like I said, there's no specific logic as to which word will become what in the past tense, right? So you can do the simple search. Once you get, let's say, an understanding of frequently using these words, you will automatically use them correctly. I visited the Taj Mahal when I was only 10. Yes, that's good. That's nice. Good sentence from Achyut. Okay, all right. So good job, everybody. So with simple past tense, is everybody clear? Awesome, great. There are some nice sentences from Nishant. I played many outdoor games with my friends in my childhood. I miss those days. I guess every one of us agree that we all miss our childhood. Okay, awesome. So let's now move on to the past continuous tense. Now, what is this past continuous tense? Past continuous tense is used to talk about actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past, right? For example, yesterday afternoon, what were you doing or what was happening? So, at a specific point of time in the past, if you want to talk about something that was going on, there you use the past continuous tense. Okay. For example, at this time last week, we were waiting for the Champions Trophy final. So what am I saying? We were waiting, right? So whenever you want to talk about actions which were happening at a specific moment, see the difference between simple past tense and past continuous is in the simple past you talk about things which are already over, done, right? Here you are picking a specific moment in the past, and in that moment, what was going on is what you tell with the past continuous. Okay, so here again, based on this, like let us say whom you're talking about, the verb form changes. So if you are referring to I, he, she, it, you use was, right? For example, I was watching the match at this time yesterday, or my phone was working properly at this time, or let's say she was watching a movie, right? So was plus verb plus ing is what you use with I, he, she, or it. Whenever you are referring to you, we, or they, that is plural. Here you use were. Okay, it is not pronounced as where, it is pronounced as were, right? So we were watching a movie or they were playing cricket. So whenever you want to talk about any action that was happening at a specific moment in the past, you use the past continuous tense. So I was watching TV at 6 p.m. They were playing cricket yesterday afternoon, right? This building was still getting constructed at this time last year. So, whenever you want to talk about such ongoing actions in the past at a specific time, you use the past continuous. Okay. So, what are the common mistakes to avoid here? So, you won't say, I was eat lunch at this time. You will say, I was eating lunch at this time. Or if you want to just say that you finished your lunch, you say, I finished my. Okay, similarly, they were watch a movie is not right. They were watching a movie yesterday at this time, or they were watching a movie last afternoon at this time. That could be the right sentence. Okay. Any doubts about the past continuous tense? Any doubts or any confusion?
No.
No, ma'am.
No questions? Okay, all right. So then let's try a few sentences from your end. So try telling me what you were doing at this time last week. You have to remember and tell, okay? What were you doing at this time last week? I finished my lunch just before the class. Okay, that's good, but I'll be a simple past tense. I was playing GTA 5 in the evening, says Satyam. Yes, that's good. That's the right sentence. I was cleaning the room last week, says Rajeshwari. That's good. I was sleeping at this time last week. Okay, that's nice. That's nice sentence from Ankit. I was traveling to Pune last week, says Satyam. Good sentence. I was with my friends doing college work last week, says Pranav. Okay, that's good. I was going to the zoo last week, says Sanjeet. Okay, that's good as well. Good job. Very nice. Everyone was doing, every one of you was doing so many different things last week, and now you're here. Everyone focused on the career. That's good. That's nice. Awesome. So remember, this is how you use the simple past tense and the past continuous. Okay. Chaudhaya says he was in Tirumala last week. Okay, that is nice. Good sentence. Awesome. So you can say, I was visiting Tirumala last week, right? That is also the right form of saying it. Both the sentences are correct. Good. So good job, everybody. All right. So that was about the past continuous tense. Okay. So remember, we use this again only wherever you have to talk about something which was happening at a specific moment in the past. Now, let's talk about the simple future tense, the simplest of all tenses. Okay. So here you use this particular tense to talk about things that will happen in the future, things that are going to happen. If you want to talk about the next minute, the next decade, or the next day, right? Irrespective of that, if you want to talk about the future, this is the tense. This is also very simple. You simply use will along with the verb, right? I will go to the market tomorrow. They will play cricket tomorrow. She will buy clothes tomorrow, right? There will uh, be a party tomorrow, right? So whenever you want to talk about something that is going to happen in the future, right? You simply use the future tense. And the only logic with future tense is you just use the word will along with the verb. Okay. So in this sentence, there will be a party tomorrow. What do you think is a verb, guys? There will be a party tomorrow. Verb is nothing but the action verb, action word. Which word denotes the action here? Yes, Nishant, you're absolutely right. Be is the action here. There will be, that is, the party is going to exist or the party is going to start, right? Be is going to refer to that word. So in the sentence, there will be a party tomorrow. Here also, you're using the will plus verb form. The verb is nothing but the word be. Okay. So like this, whenever you want to talk about actions that are going to happen in the future, you will simply use, like, let's say, will and verb. Okay. So tell me about your future goals or future dreams using this format, guys. What do you plan to do, or what do you want to be in the future? What will you do in the future? So try framing sentences accordingly. What will you do in the future? Okay, so there's one sentence on the chat. I will be work as a data scientist. Nice try. But remember, will plus verb, no? So work is already a verb here. So you need not use be again. So you can either say I will be a data scientist, or you can say I will work as a data scientist. But good try. I will be a successful trader in the future, says Pranav. Okay, that's nice. Rajeshwari says I'll become a software developer by next year. That's good, Rajeshwari. I will be going to a party tonight, says Satyam. Okay. This would be future continuous tense. Your sentence is correct though. It is that try giving a sentence in the simple future tense about what you will do in the future. I will be go to the Mumbai tomorrow. Nice try. But guys, remember, whenever you already have an action verb, you don't have to use be again. So you will simply say, I will go to Mumbai tomorrow. Okay. You need not say be go to Mumbai. And also with city names, you should not use the word the, right? You can simply say, I'll go to Mumbai tomorrow. I'll be a top data analyst, says Nishant. Okay, that's good. I'll be working in Big Four, says Rohit. Okay, that is right as well. But remember, wherever you're using will be verb plus ing, it is the future continuous tense. So I'll tell you where that is used as well. I will be a philosopher, says Akash. That's nice. That's quite interesting. I'll do assignments after some time, says Satyam. Yes, this is good. This is also the right sentence. So remember, when you want to say something that is going to happen in the future, right? Specifically, that is when you use the simple future tense. I will do this, I will do that, right? So now tell me, what do you think the future will be like, right? For example, let's say there will be robots in the next 10 years. So like this, try to think about futuristic views and frame a few sentences. Not about you, but generally in the future, what do you think is going to happen? Try framing sentences about that. It can be within a year, it can be within a decade, it can be after 20 years, like just randomly. What do you think? So try framing sentences accordingly. There'll be flying cars in 15 years from now, says Pranav. Yes, high possibility. AI will replace human jobs, says Sanjeet. High possibility, very true. Even Satyam agrees with Pranav, I guess. Satyam has also mentioned there'll be flying cars in the coming future. Absolutely. What else can you all think of? What else could be possible? What else do you think could be possible? Only a few people. Our reality will be very vast in the future, says Satyam. Absolutely. Virtual reality will be extremely vast in the future. Very true. Right? So, like this, let's say whenever you have to talk about the future possibilities, you use this simple future tense. Right? If you have to talk about the practical use case or scenario of the simple future tense, let us say you attend meetings, right? You have to talk about your project timelines, how you're going to implement things, what are you going to do in your projects, right? There you have to talk about things in the future tense. No, I will use so and so frameworks, I will collect so and so data. So, in such scenarios, you will have your simple future tense very useful for you. Okay. Robots will enter in the future, says Chodaya. Yes, absolutely. That is right. Okay. So that is what simple future tense is used for. Now, in simple future tense, what are the common mistakes to avoid? Right. Let's take a look at that. There's one more sentence from Dipanshu. I will hang out with my friends after attending all the classes. Okay, awesome. That's good. Cool. So common mistakes to avoid in the simple future tense. Sometimes we are so used to using the present tense that we end up using the es form in the future tense, which is not right. She will goes there, or he will eat there. Those are incorrect forms, right? You will simply say, I will go to the store. He will go to the store. Okay. So a lot of people In the future tense, they use the word don't. She don't go to the party tomorrow, right? He don't complete the assignment tomorrow, which is not right. You will say, she won't go to the party tomorrow. Won't is nothing but the short form of will not. Okay. So you will simply say, she will not go to the party tomorrow, or she won't go to the party tomorrow. Okay. So that is the common mistake to avoid in the simple future tense. All right. So future continuous tense is also quite simple. You will just use I will be plus verb plus ing, right? We use the future continuous tense to talk about actions which will be happening at a particular time in the future. For example, I will be taking some rest at this time tomorrow, or I will be conducting another communication session at this time next Saturday. So, whenever you want to talk about actions which will be ongoing at a particular time in the future, right, there you use the future continuous tense. Always remember, will be plus ing is used for ongoing future actions, whereas will plus verb is used for simple future tense to talk about future actions in general. Okay, so that was about the future tenses. Okay, any questions or any doubts so far, guys?
No, ma'am.
No questions. Okay, thanks for confirming. All right, let's do a small activity to help you practice further using tenses. Okay, so tell me about your daily routine. How many of you would like to speak? You can raise your hand and you'll have to just talk about your daily routine. Raise your hand. Don't worry, don't hesitate, don't worry about what if I make a mistake. Remember, you've just started learning, right? So don't worry about what if any mistake is pointed out. What am I going to say? Just communicate. Who wants to try? You have to talk about your daily routine. Come on, don't be shy. Because if you have to type it out on the chat, it's going to take a lot of time. So I would encourage that you all speak, even if it is just 1 or 2 sentences, it's fine. Let me tell you, this is one of the commonly asked interview questions as well. A lot of interviewers, to make a to build a conversation with candidates, they ask this question: just tell me about your daily routine. So let's understand, how can you answer the question. Come on, give it a try, guys, don't be shy. You can raise your hand, I'll pick your name.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi Rajeshwari, good afternoon. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I will do bath. I will take a bath in the morning, and I will do the household works. After that, I will attend the sessions conducted by massiai. Then I will complete the assignments and I will go to the bed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice. That was a nice try, Rajeshwari. Just a small, let's say, correction. See, when we are saying daily routine, are we talking about the future or are we talking about regular actions?
Regular actions.
Right. So what should you use here?
I
Which
used
tense?
I woke up in the morning.
About the remaining sentences?
I take a bath. I take bath.
Very good. Yes, yes, correct. Now try saying the same. Try telling your routine now once again.
I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I take the bath. After that, I will do household work. Okay, I do household chores, and then uh, I do attend the lectures. After that, I will come.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're doing good. You're doing good. That was a good try. See, the first thing about communication is overcoming your shyness and speaking up. I'll tell everybody the same thing, guys. First focus should be on fluency. It's okay in the beginning if you're making 1 or 2 grammar mistakes. Absolutely fine. All right. What matters is that you are understanding and you're correct. Okay, so good try, Rajeshwari. Just a few corrections. Okay. So when you talk about, like, getting up in the morning, wake is the correct form. Okay, I wake up early in the morning. And after that, you said, well, that you take a bath, right? Then don't use the word will. Remember, we use will for future actions. So just remove will and all your other sentences are right. Okay, I attend the classes, I complete my assignments, I go to bed. The only thing is you remove will from there because you're talking about regular actions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good job, Rajeshwari. Thank you for trying. Who wants to try next, guys? See, only when you try, you know what is going well and where you can improve. This is the first session, so I'm not randomly picking names. But yes, you can volunteer. You still have that opportunity. You just have to talk about your daily routine. That's all. Don't worry. Yes, go ahead, Satyam.
I wake at 6 in the morning. After that, I go for a walk. After finishing my walk and workout, I come home and take a shower. After that, I start my daily routine for the my job, and for the massai lectures also.
Okay, that was nice. Good, Satyam. Good job.
Thank
So
you.
you could simply say, after that, I begin my daily routine and I continue my work and I attend my sessions of myself. Okay, but
Thank
good.
you.
Nice try, Satyam. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes. Who wants to go next? One more person for daily routine and then we'll go to the next question. Who wants to go next to speak about your daily routine? Anyone? Or do you want to see what the next question is? Okay, let's see the next question. You have to talk about your last vacation. Now, vacation need not mean that you should have traveled somewhere. It can even be what you did on your last weekend just to chill and relax. Okay, so who want to talk about your last vacation or your last holiday? It can even be yesterday because yesterday was also a holiday, no? Who wants to try this? Talking about your previous holiday or your vacation. Come on, guys, give it a try. Don't be shy and don't hesitate. Remember, this is not like a competition or something where there'll be marks deducted for mistakes. Just speak up. Or at least try framing sentences and sending on the chat. I don't want you all to be quiet. Either this or that, but please participate so that I can help you in case anyone is making any mistake in the sentence structure. You can at least send in sentences on the chat. Yeah. So tell me about your last vacation or last holiday. You can frame sentences and send it on the chat also. Come on, guys, you can't be silent. I'm assuming you guys are typing, that's why you're all quiet. So let us see. At least send in your sentences on the chat. Come on. What did you do in your last vacation or in your last holiday? Awesome. Mamsi has a few sentences on the chat. Last month, I went to Tirupati with my family. It was a nice trip and it was a good, memorable day. That's very nice, Mamsi. Chaudhaya says, I was in Hyderabad last month and I enjoyed a lot. Very good. Nishant says, I was roaming with my siblings yesterday. Okay, that's fine. That's nice. Let's see what your other friends in the class say. What were all you guys doing yesterday? Come on, guys. Or sorry, I mean in the last vacation or the last holiday. So remember, whenever you're talking about something that got completed, right? There you use the past tense. So that's the logic behind these questions. You need to first understand for which situation, which tense do you have to use. Then automatically, even if there are some minor grammar mistakes, it's okay. but you know that this is how I'm conveying my message. Okay. So Neha says, I really love the Holi festival. Yesterday I went to a Holi party. I enjoyed a lot with my friends. That's really nice. Uh, Pranav says, I recently visited Prayagraj to see the Mahakumbh and bathe in the holy water. It was a good experience. However, there were vast amount of people, which was a bit annoying. But overall, the journey was fantastic. That's nice. Good. Achit says, in the last vacation, I visited Nepal for 7 days. There, I have visited Kathmandu. Nice try, Achut. Everything was good. One small correction. Because you're talking about the past, you don't have to use have visited. You will simply say, there, I visited Kathmandu. Okay, nice. Um, Satyam says, as we know, yesterday was Holi, so we played with lots of colors and had a blast with my friends. That's good. Rajeshwari says, I went to a park yesterday where I saw a few birds were flying. Okay, you will say were flying, not are, which was very beautiful to watch. Okay, because the entire thing was about complete, like past. You use words like was and were. Nice. Um, Mahita says, I had celebrated the Holi yesterday with children on my in my street. Good. Nice try. Just one small correction. You don't have to use had celebrated. You can directly say I celebrated Holi yesterday. Right? Had is something which we use for past perfect tense, which again is something which we don't use regularly in conversations. You can simply say I celebrated Holi. Yash says, last holiday I celebrated Holi and hung out with some of my high school friends. Very nice. Good job. So, yes, everybody, that was about tense mastery. These are the basic tenses. If we get it right, majority of our conversation in English is sorted. Let me tell you one thing, guys. A lot of people think that only if we know each and every rule of grammar, we can speak well in English. That's not really right. Because even in our native language, we don't know all the grammar rules, but still we are able to speak, right? The only thing that we need to first prioritize is fluency. You get fluency by speaking without hesitation. Once you don't have hesitation, start working on understanding and using the important grammar. And tenses is one such important aspect. Okay. So, whatever we learned today, keep implementing that in your English conversation and you will be able to communicate clearly. Okay, guys, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, great. Great, guys. Then, with this, okay, I think there are a couple of, if you guys have any questions, you can let me know and then we'll wrap up. There's one question on the chat. I'll just answer that. How to improve vocabulary. There are a lot of ways in which you can do that. I'll first tell what not to do. Some people say, note down 10 new words, write them 10 times, 100 times, you'll get it. That's not how you improve vocabulary. You can watch any English news or English movies, read book, whatever you like. Do what you like among these, right? Whenever you come across a new word, find out the meaning of the word. Which word is similar to this word, right? And try using that word in your regular conversation. That is how you can improve vocabulary. See, you don't have to learn 10 new words every day. Even if you learn one new word, understand the meaning, start using it in the right situations. That is how you can improve the vocabulary. Okay. Ma'am, actually, I know English, but I feel a little shy to talk in English. This happens because whenever we try to speak in English, our friends or our classmates will be readily there. Are you trying to do show off? Why do you have to speak in English and all? How many of you have this experience? Even I've had this experience when I wanted to learn English. So ignore them, right? Keep your agenda in mind that I want to learn the language. And keep this in mind that right now you're in the learning phase of English. So it's okay if you make one or two mistakes here and there. Don't be hard on yourself. Focus on practicing, right? Even if you're talking to yourself, talk to yourself in English. That is how you can overcome your shyness, inhibitions, and also build fluency. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, then with that, we'll wrap up here. And yes, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. It
Thank
was
you,
great
ma'am.
connecting with you. Thank you. Have a nice
Thank
day
you.
and have a nice weekend.
Same to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you and bye, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.